Hi Taurus, we're doing a quick message for the end of November. I am using a couple decks as usual and we're going to dive right in. I want these to be quick, to the point, effective. Effective in terms of delivering something concrete for you, something maybe you can work with. I don't know what it'll pertain to. The cards will decide. I'm going to pull out of, it's a selection of cards related to planets. So we have Neptune for you. Planets of dreams, of imagination, of everything that is sort of on the fringe, right? Meaning you don't quite know the boundaries of it. It's also a planet of, there are no limits to Neptune. It's immense. Let's see where that leads to. It could have to do with the realm, of course, of dreams. The dreams you have during the night, or even your daydreams. So let's look at the tarot. This card. This is the Queen of Swords. That would be good. Neptune would bring some a little bit of a fantasy to her world, right? She's usually quite logical, quite practical. Not practical, rational maybe is the better word here. Two cards flipped. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and we have the Strength card. So the water in this little set of three cards is the Eight of Cups. The cups are in reverse. Usually the Eight of Cups is you're not walking away. It's coupled with the Strength. So for me, it's about refraining from walking away. And I think there's a reason, in the sense that the Queen of Swords, her mind is made up. She has a strong personality, right? She knows what she wants. She's very good at analyzing. She has a clear picture of where she wants to go, of how she wants things to be as well, right? So in this case, it's interesting because I don't feel that the not walking away is about, oh, you can't let go, and it's none of that melodrama. It's really a matter of choosing to hold yourself back from, like, maybe even taking flight, right? Sometimes when you have an uncomfortable situation, you might choose to just like exit. I think this is the total opposite. I think the Strength here is about knowing that you are in your power with the Queen of Swords at that. You know where to draw the line with that sword. You know when it's too much or it's enough. And you're choosing to stay put, to hold your ground, basically. It's a very different energy, and it has nothing to do with, on the contrary, being weak about... Anyways, I've explained them. It was clear. I don't think I need to explain it by the reverse, right? So that's what I don't want to do. The imagination piece here, Neptune, I think it's the vision that you have for yourself, right? I think the Queen is able to see far in terms of in almost like seeing in the future. It's not intuitive like the Queen of Cups. It's not that kind of third eye, mind's eye view. It's a different sort of it's like the bird's eye view. So it's like looking at things maybe even from a detached perspective, but also with a lot of hindsight, or at least with perspective, you know, like drawing back and being able to really look at everything. I have a bit of a cold, if ever you wonder. Don't mind me. So Neptune here, the waters, I think it brings this queen and yourself, Taurus, the capacity to not just analyze the future or where you want to go. I think you're able to envision it in a different way for yourself, right? Instead of just intellectually, I think you're putting more feelings into it. And I think also maybe that's why the Eight of Cups is in reverse. You're not acting on your feelings of, oh, this is uncomfortable, I'm just going to bolt out. You're like living through your emotions, and you're adding your emotions to the mix, and like making it reinforce your decisions. So it's a very beautiful mix of air and water. Even if those elements kind of don't work, they actually work here. And I was reading recently, it's just circumstantially, like really recently, that the Queen of Swords is actually the watery part of the air element. So this is really, really beautiful in terms of the characteristics that Neptune is bringing or emphasizing for this particular queen. I really like this, Taurus. It's really beautiful. I'm going to draw out of my makeshift deck. It's in French. I will translate. And 2 words flipped. You're not going to believe me. One is eagle. I was talking about the bird's eye view, right? The hindsight and the perspective. So I'm just really, really pleased to see the eagle, because it's also a swords. For me, it's like the piercing eyes, right? So like kind of the sword's quality of having the vision, like the far-reaching vision of where you want to go, how you envision your future to be. And then we have the word purity, pureté. So seeing for yourself, you know, something very crystalline, very pure, probably very simple. And I like that, because I think that when you look far, it shouldn't be full of details. You should really just be seeing the schematics of like the blueprint of what you want. You know, like it should be almost like a clear, simple drawing. This is where I'm going. And I really like that. I think that's super powerful. You know, Neptune is obviously double-sided. Like every planet has its ups and its downs, or advantages and disadvantages, I should say. So in this particular reading, maybe don't, like the quote-unquote less advantageous side would be, don't get sort of lost in like an impossible dream. I think you wouldn't, but I just want you to pay attention to that. But I think the analytical, I can't say it. The capacity for analysis of the Queen of Swords is heightened, or is so strong just in itself, right? Just because she's the Queen of Swords, that you shouldn't get too carried away in terms of dreaming away, right? Or maybe making decisions that are like unrealistic. I think what's really strong here is about the strength of character that you're showing here with the Strength card. Listening to your heart, because the Leo is like the heart, the courage, right? Having the courage to stand your ground. making your decisions known, your ideas, your points of view. And even to a degree, I guess, you're letting people know a little bit about your dreams, about, you know, wanting to, something for your future is about, well, this is what I'm dreaming about. This is what I would like for myself, right? So there's like an opening there about, because dreams are more likely to be linked to your emotions, the things that you really want for yourself, you know, out of your heart. So, you know, if you've not been so vulnerable and more of a Queen of Swords, a little more rigid about showing that in the past, that is changing. And it's changing because you have the audacity, if you want, to actually speak it. I think that's super amazing. Congrats. Well done. So on that note, Taurus, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing, of course. But I'll see you soon. Take care. Good night.